Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Sibisola Atikun. The intense contest for the position of National Secretary for the opposition People's Democratic Party between Samuel Anyanwu and a former PDP National Youth Leader Sunday Ude Okoye is still dominating headlines. The crisis took a dramatic turn on Wednesday, January 29, when both Anyanwu and Ude Okoye laid claim to the position at the PDP Board of Trustees meeting at the party's national headquarters in Abuja. Chaos began when Ude Okoye was prevented from entering the venue of the meeting. Determined not to be sidelined, Ude Okoye attempted to force his way in, sparking a confrontation that quickly turned physical. His supporters, refusing to be deterred, took matters into their own hands, scaling the fence of the PDP headquarters and overpowering security personnel. The commotion sent party officials scrambling as security forces struggled to regain control. Following the face-off, PDP governors then threw their weight behind Sunday Okoye, recognizing him as the national secretary of the PDP. But going against this directive, Anyanwu resumed duty at the party's national headquarters as the national chairman of the PDP on Monday, February 2, dismissing a statement credited to the party's national publicity secretary, Debo Ologunagba, which confirmed the PDP's governor's support for Ude Okoye. But let's unpack all of these. I'm joined by a chieftain of the PDP, Dino Deyemi. He joins from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Thank you very much for making time for us as always. And now the PDP governors have now declared support for Ude Okoye as the authentic national chairman of the party, rejecting Anyanwu. How far will this go in solving this tussle for the national chairman position?
I don't know the premises on which the governors placed their argument to recognize Okoye. Because what we were made to understand is that the matter is before the Supreme Court. And if that is the situation, it will be very wrong of the governors to say, yes, they are recognizing Okoye. But I'm not condemning the acts. I want to believe that they did that in the interest of peace or because they are looking for peace for the party. But the point remains, we are handling a political crisis. And I don't believe you can solve a political crisis by pitching tents with one person. My suggestion or my idea of a solution would have been for the governors. They are very powerful, they are very big, they are very important in our party. What I think they should have done is to use that opportunity of their unity, of their meeting, to invite Anyanwu and Okoye, sit the two of them down. Let them know that they form the pillar of the party. Let them realize that the crisis can be resolved through the two of them to start with. Let them know, massage their ego, and let them feel important that stepping down for one another or agreeing that one of them should be the secretary without the intervention of the court, we send a very strong signal that in PDP, we can organize ourselves. That is my expectation. But since that is not happening, they now say they are recognizing Okoye. I believe the problem is still there. They are not solving the problem. They are creating it more. Because I see Anyanwu as a masquerade that is dancing in the marketplace. Yeah, definitely there are some people drumming the beat for him, dictating the steps he should take. So you cannot erase this kind of issues from the solution. And I don't believe anybody is too big to be talked to. What is bad in even inviting Wike? What is bad in bringing Atiku to the table? We are governors. We have been embarrassed enough by the activities within the party. People have talked to us that we are not organized. People don't see us as credible opposition. An election is near. Let us all talk. Let us all discuss how we can solve this situation, this problem against 2027, because we don't have the time. That is my expectation of the forum of PDP governors. Not that they will now say, we recognize Okoye, we don't recognize Anyanwu. Because whether you like it or not, I have gone through the constitution. Though the constitution of the party, I want to believe there are a lot of issues that needed to be reformed in that constitution of the party. Mm. And that is one of the crises. That is one of the reasons we're having this crisis today. Mm. There is nowhere in the constitution of the party was last reviewed in 2017, up to 8 years now. And there are revolving issues, which means you should be reviewing your constitution, even if possible, annually. There's nothing wrong with that. Through that, perhaps we won't find ourselves in this situation, because there is nowhere in the constitution that says, as a national officer, you have to resign before you go and contest a position. Rather, what we have in the constitution is, if you are a national, if you are a national officer and you are appointed, or you become a governor or deputy or whatever, you are assumed to have automatically resigned. Mm-hmm. That is what the constitution says. So perhaps Anyanwu saw that lacuna in the constitution and is latching on it, is playing on it. And what is not in the constitution cannot be operative. You cannot castigate anybody for going against something that is not stipulated in the constitution. That's why I said Anyanwu is not right, Okoye is not wrong, even the governors are not wrong, the party is not right. There are a lot of issues that needed to be solved. You either take it one by one, or you take everything as a whole. And in taking everything as a whole, invite Atiku, invite Wike, invite Anyanwu, invite Okoye. Let all of them sit together. See reason that Nigerians are disturbed. We are not playing the role of opposition. It's a shame on us that we have even extended this crisis into a physical combat. It is when that kind of a meeting is held that we know that we are serious in this party and we are looking for genuine solution. Not that the governor will sit. I know in their wisdom, they want peace within the party, but I still believe they can still do more by inviting everybody to a roundtable talk, rather than pitching their tent to Okoye or the matter that is still pending at the Supreme Court.
Let me take a cue from what you mentioned, that a roundtable discussion can go a long way to solve this problem. But from the body language of members in the PDP and party leaders, it doesn't seem like these members now are ready to have this much needed discussion to iron things out.
Iron out these issues.
As you are talking now, I can identify 3 issues that are affecting the party. And unfortunately, the membership and the leadership have pitched their tents among these 3 contending factors. One is the ego.
Good, okay.
Ego of our leaders. Ego here and there. 2 is the rascality. Some people just decide to be rascal with the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I don't need to mention it.
Yes, sir.
Then the 3rd is ambition. Era. Ego, rascality, and ambition. What I'm now saying is, all the party members have pitched their tents along these 3 factors as dictated by the leader they are following. But the point is, we still have something, which is the overall interest of a political party, because there is no way you can solve one factor, leave the other factor, solve another one, that we will not still come back to the issue. And in order to bring the party into unity, let there be a meeting of like minds, who will now call everybody together. Of course, we all know our problems. We know where everybody belongs to. Let us put aside those factors. If you are on the side of the people who are rascal, put it aside. If you are on the side of people who are ambitious, put it aside. If you are on the side of people who believe, yes, my ego should not be bruised, put that aside. Let us now consider the interest of the party, the interest of Nigerians, and the shame we have brought upon ourselves as a member of a political party. Once we are able to do that, so when we realize that the shame is on all of us, and we are not helping ourselves, we are not helping Nigerians, who look onto us as a credible opposition, who are likening us to what APC was when they were in the opposition.
Yes, sir.
Then we should be able to call a meeting. Call this meeting and let Nigerians know. Let everybody know about it. Let us now look at people who will now say, yes, they are calling us, we don't want to obey, or we don't want to come. We want to continue with this crisis. It's not possible that you call this kind of a meeting and some people will say we don't want to go. It is always good to fight within a meeting, within a political party, and among yourselves, than transferring or allowing that crisis to fester out. I still believe, call the meeting, let all of us come together, let us discuss what is the problem. Where apology needed to be tendered, let's do it. Where persuasion needed to be done, let's do it. It is then we can now apply force and the stipulation of the Constitution on whoever constitutes himself as a cog in the wheel of progress of the party. It is then we should all sign a memorandum or agree among ourselves that no individual is bigger than the party. It is then that we talk among ourselves that we want to be seen in Nigeria as a serious political party that can always resolve their crisis without external burden. So I still believe we will still talk. Even when countries fight wars, they still come back on the round table to discuss. Why can't we discuss among ourselves? This is politics. Nobody has killed anybody. Nobody has snatched anybody's wife. Even when your wife is snatched or something happens, you still come back to discuss. So nothing is wrong with the discussion. It's only that who are the people who are going to call this kind of a meeting? Talk of Bala Mohammed is being tagged as doing whatever he is doing because of his personal ambition. Talk of Atiku, there is ambition. Talk of Wike is too rascal. Talk of somebody else. Ego will not allow them to say yes, they want to. Some people are even, they have even left the party. They are only looking at what is going on, not that they are interested in the affairs of the party. That is how bad our situation is. But I don't believe we see beyond resolution. We can still resolve by coming together and talk.
Let's now go back to the tussle for the national chairmanship position of the PDP. Of course, this affirmation by the PDP governors comes shortly after the scuffle that ensued in the PDP's at the PDP's BOT meeting, where both men, that's Ude Okoye and Anyanwu, now claimed the national chairman position. But what's your reaction to the statement made by the acting chairman Umar Damagum that some BOT members are complicit in fueling this crisis?
Who is not complicit in this crisis? Who is innocent? Nobody is innocent because we all have people that we follow, we look up to as leaders. We all have people we believe, no, well, we is rascal, I'm rascal too, and I just have to defend it. Oh, you cannot boost the ego of my Oga, and I will allow you to go scot-free. Oh, because of this ambition, yes, I just want to support so person, so that when it becomes somebody, I become somebody too. So we are all guilty. Demago has not said anything, that is strange. We all know the truth. We all know the facts. All the BOT members, they know the people they are following. Even among the governors, they have their own cliques too. But what I'm now saying is that, can we put aside all this? Can we shelve all this ego and toga? And say, yes, we want to come together as a party. We don't want to be messed up by being the one to join other parties. We want other parties to come and join us. Because at the end of the day, if nothing is done, up to next year, then before you know it, the house will be empty. People will have joined other political party. People are craving for the creation of a new one. And before you know it, PDP may no longer exist, which is the plan of some people. And once you know this, don't give them that opportunity to kill the party. Let us come together in the overall interest of the people and Nigerians.
Mr. Odemi will continue this conversation after this break. Do stay with us. The program will continue shortly.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
And wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the go-to app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Welcome back. We're still discussing the scuffle for the position of National Secretary between Ude Okoye and Anyanwu, National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party now. I'm still with a party chieftain, PDP chieftain, Diron Odemi. Thank you very much for staying with us, sir. Now, as we speak, there are two conflicting court orders regarding the PDP national chairmanship. One by the appeal court in Enugu that ruled in favor of Ude Okoye on December 20, 2024, and another issued on January 27, 2025 by the Court of Appeal in Abuja, issuing a restraining order and instructing Anyanwu to remain in the position that's as national chairman now until the Supreme Court makes its final decision. Are you confident that a judgment by the Supreme Court will put to rest this leadership crisis?
Unfortunately, I'm not a lawyer. It is just coming into my mind that because of all this, perhaps I need to go and study law. You see, we cannot blame the judiciary for this kind of anomalies and issues within our party. If we don't take ourselves to them, we will not be getting this kind of a conflicting judgment or argument here and there. And it is part of the resolution issue. Let whoever has anything against the party or against any member of the party withdraw their cases so that we can now have a free mind to talk. But regarding your question, whether the appeal court judgment in Enugu or the one in Abuja should be obeyed, I'm not a lawyer and I don't want to incur the wrath of the judiciary. I believe the Supreme Court, which is the highest ruling body, will decide, and their decision will be seen as final. And that's what I believe the governor should wait before making a pronouncement.
Finally, as it stands, quite a lot of people seem to have lost hope in the PDP. A huge number now believe that the party has lost its position as a formidable opposition party. How do they begin? That's the party. How do the members begin to rebuild that trust? What needs to be done, to put the party together, especially ahead of the 2027 general election?
Politics is a funny game, just as it is dynamic. That we are in the crisis today does not mean the crisis cannot be resolved at any point in time. The moment it is resolved, planning and strategy begins against APC. That is one. Two, playing the role of a credible opposition to APC, the role is being taken by all Nigerians. You don't need to identify a particular political party to start telling you that you are suffering, because before you know you are suffering. All Nigerians have formed themselves as an opposition body against the APC. So there's little or nothing you can say PDP is not doing that an average Nigerian is not thinking about. We are safe along that area. Then the third area is that, well, you are looking at APC as having peace today. My cultural language, I may not be good in interpreting it. Ojo pa ori inu iyondo. What is happening to us today can happen to APC tomorrow. Or do you think every membership of APC are happy in the distribution of appointments? Do you think they are happy with some that has not even been appointed? Do you think they are happy with some removers here and there? And do you think everything is cool and calm simply because people are not talking? Crisis in politics is an everyday affair. We have blown our own into the public and beyond proportion. But that APC is peaceful, that they are going to win the election, is a different ballgame. By the time we see crisis, or we see that we are going to lose election to APC in 2027, we will all reset our brain, come back to say we just have to unite, even with other political parties, so that we don't subject Nigerians into more hardship, and resume APC and make sure that the present government is chased out of office.
Well, hopefully the PDP gets its act together and puts its house in order, to avoid further escalation of this leadership crisis. Mr. General Odeyemi, we appreciate your time talking to us. Thank you for always, sir. Well, that's it on this episode of the program. We'll see you another time. Thank you for watching.